Hi, friends. Welcome to another Stamp With Me Tuesday. Tonight, we're doing some terrific techniques. We're going to be doing a fun reverse stenciling technique that is going to be awesome for your card making. I'm really excited for this. I hope that you are too. If you are here and watching live, leave me a comment. Hello, Fonda. Fonda's already left me a comment. Welcome. If you're here watching live, leave me a comment. Let me know where you are watching from. Let me know if you are stamping along with me tonight. I know that this might be a technique that maybe you want to watch and then you go back later and stamp, but maybe you're stamping along with me tonight, and I'd love to know that too. If you are here and watching the replay, a special welcome to you. I love that people come back later and watch the replay. You can leave me a comment too. Let me know that you watched the replay and let me know where you joined us from. Before I get started, I am Heidi with Onigo Stamping, and I provide lots of card making tips, tricks, and inspiration to help wannabe artists like you create beautiful handmade cards and projects. All right, I'm super excited. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Hello, Anne and Dancine and Kathy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to make my work area just a little bit bigger. Flip this around just a little bit. There we go. So, hello, Heather from Kansas. Now, on my desk, I have about 5 colors of ink. I have some Balmy Blue, Boho Blue, Gorgeous Grape, Blueberry Bushel, and Night of Navy. I kind of chose like a whole rainbow of blues. So, Janet, you're going to stamp with me. Awesome. And Peggy, you're just watching. All right. Now, normally, so I'm going to be using these new Bountiful, I don't know, what, Bountiful Harvest masks, I think that they're called. They're from the new catalog, and there is like a snowflake, there's some leaves, and then there's these ones that go together to make some sunflowers. We're not going to use those tonight. I'll use those a different night. But I am going to use the snowflake one. Now, normally when you're stenciling, you would just maybe start with a piece of white, just like this. You put your stencil on, and then you maybe would add color to it. We're going to do something just a little bit different. I'm going to set the stencil aside for just a minute. Hello, Mom and Carol and Teresa. You're just watching too. Awesome. I'm going to start with my lightest color, which is some Pool Party. I think I said Balmy Blue, but I actually grabbed Pool Party, which is fine. I'm going to start with some Pool Party, and we're just going to add some random splotches of colors to this. So I'm going to take a blending brush, and I have kind of a bluish one here. Rub that in my Pool Party ink. I want to tap it off just a little bit. Now, it does not matter if you get a perfect blend on this. If it's a little bit, blotchy, it's not going to matter. So I'm just going to come in here and add some up there. About some right in the middle here. And you can see I'm not really worried that this is like blotchy and splotchy. So and how about just a little bit more, maybe over here. All right, and then I'm going to set the Pool Party aside, and I'm going to go ahead and grab another color. I'm going to grab my Boho Blue, and I'm going to go ahead and just use the same blending brush for this. So just tapping off some of that Boho Blue, and then we're going to come in and just kind of blend some of that in too. And again, I'm not going to worry that it's splotchy. It's not really going to matter. Though it might matter more on this one. I'm going to do 2 of these actually tonight. We're going to do 2. I'm not going to completely finish this one, I don't think. We're just going to look at what the stenciling is going to look like. And we're going to do another one that I will finish up. All right. So just adding some Boho Blue in here. And then I'm going to grab the Gorgeous Grape, and I'm going to add some Gorgeous Grape to this too. We'll come in these other spots and add in some Gorgeous Grape. And I think I'm going to come back over with a little bit of that Pool Party again and just kind of blend them together just a little bit more. Hello, Rose and I. Yes, Heather, stencils are fun to work with. They are, but I think they're one of those things that maybe people get them and then don't use them, or at least that is my my experience. I asked people on my Facebook group earlier this week or last week what they had in their craft room that they didn't use. For me, it has been my stencils. I do not get these out nearly as often as I should and use them. So that's why I kind of wanted to pull them out and just kind of play with them a little bit. So, all right, I'm going to add a little bit more of the pool party just to kind of blend it in together a little more. So just kind of coming back in over those areas, going over some of the other colors, pulling it all together. And there we have our kind of splotchy background. Isn't that kind of cool looking? Fun stuff. Actually, I'm gonna grab my gorgeous grape a little bit. Let's add just a little bit more of that up here. All right. So there we go. It looks like tie-dye. Oh, it does kind of look like tie-dye. All right. So now I have that all on there. I'm going to go ahead and grab my stencil, and I'm going to lay this down. Now, I'm going to grab some tape. I find it helpful just to kind of tape down some stencils. I haven't used this one yet, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what this is going to do. I haven't tried it. You know, Fonda, I don't know why they call them masks instead of stencils. I think maybe it just sounds more artsy instead of, sometimes people say stencils and they think of like stenciling on their walls or kid stencils or something. So maybe it's that. I don't know. All right, I'm coming in with my blueberry bushel, and I'm going to go over top of this stencil. And my blueberry bushel is really juicy because I have not hardly used it at all since I got it. So we're just going to come right in, and I'm just using my blending brush to add that blueberry bushel in there. And then I'm going to peel this off, and we can look at what this looks like. Ooh, pretty. I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to move this. I'm actually going to flip it around the other direction. And I'm going to try adding some Night of Navy in here too. So we'll see if this is even darker. Hoping I get two different colors of snowflakes, but that blueberry bushel was really dark, so I don't know. We'll see what it does. So just swiping that all in there. Let's see what we got. Ooh, so there we go. We have kind of a fun, and you could come in here and you could, you know, maybe I want to make sure I get a little bit in there. We'll just go over this one. You could kind of come in and do some more here or there where you feel like you need them. But there we go. We get a fun background with those stencils. That kind of turned out pretty cool. I hadn't tried that before. So I might, you know, if I did this again, I might make sure that I wash this off and really make sure that I move the snowflakes. But we're going to do another thing. So I'm going to try to set this aside. I say try because it's a mess. Look at that. It's a mess. I'll set that over there. And I have another piece. So this other piece I have already done. And I already splotched the background. I used Lemon Lolly and Parakeet Party and what else did I use? I might have used some Pool Party on this too. All right, I put some colors on there. Now for this, I'm pulling out the Artistic Mix decorative masks. Kathy, if you're having tech issues, you might want to just like go out and come back in, and then that might help it work. And what I really love about these, why I'm pulling these out, is that there's two different masks and they layer. So there's actually four different, but there's this plaid and those layer. I will show you a sample with that. So you can see there's two different plaids and you can layer those up. And then there are these ones that has like this Moroccan tile, and then they layer up with like this floral thing. So I'm going to start with the thinner one. Okay. And I'm going to lay this over my piece of white here. Try to get it square. because this one does look better if you can get it square. I'm going to put some tape on here. Now you could even, I have done this in the past, and I did, actually, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take my piece of white here, and I'm just going to put a little bit of Stampin' Seal on here. And this is just going to hold it to the paper. Because I'm going to layer it up anyway, I'm not too worried that it might have a little bit of adhesive on the back of it. But this will help keep it from moving while I'm actually adding color to it. So and then I'll glue down that side. There we go. Now I'm going to come in. I'm going to try this, and I don't know what this is going to look like. Normally, I like to kind of stay in the same color area, right? I'm going to add some berry burst to this, and I am really, really hoping it does not turn brown. But we're going to find out, because normally if you put like red and green together, you're going to get brown. And this is pretty green. So we're going to see what happens. I'm going to try some berry burst. Hopefully it's not bad. All right, here we go. You know, it's a little brown, but that's okay. So we are going to come in and give this a good, and this whole thing is going to kind of turn this color. And I am putting this on good and heavy. So this is going to be a nice bright reddish pink where there was yellow, and then it's going to turn more into a purpley brown over the blues and the greens. So just rubbing that all in there. Giving a good smoosh of color. Oops, don't wiggle. This is so thin that it really does like to wiggle. And I don't know about you, but I literally cannot do this without getting my fingers dirty. So I'll have messy fingers. It's going to be just a little bit more over here. Let's see. There we go. All right, so we got that on there. I'm going to set this aside, and now I'm going to leave that stencil on there. We're going to leave that right where that is, and I'm going to come in with this second one that has this like flower motif on it, and I'm going to line up the edges of my stencil. So that whole thing is going to get lined up, and I'm going to tape it again so it stays in the same place. Yes, it is definitely time for an experiment. This is some fun experimenting. Then I'm going to use some Night of Navy on this. So a really dark. You want to start light and then build up to dark, because if you try to put a light color on top of a dark, it's not going to work, of course. So I'm going to come in with my Night of Navy, and we're going to add Night of Navy to this. And just right over the top. And this one I'm going to try to finish into a card. If it turns out okay. If it turns out bad, then we'll do the other one. Because you never know. You don't know what it's going to do, right? Like, I haven't tried this color combination. All right. So now is the fun part. We have it all on there. It looks rather black, kind of scary looking. We're going to peel this up. I'm going to try to take both of these off at the same time. Those over there. And peel this up from the paper. Here. So there we go. Isn't that fun? So maybe it's not my favorite color combo, but that's pretty cool looking. I really kind of like it. All right. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. So this piece is 3 3/4 by 5 inches, and I'm going to put this on a piece of Night of Navy that is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. You get to experience through me first. Yes. And I have a couple more samples to show you too, so you can see some other color combos. And then I have another, well, let's do this first. I'm gonna do some stamping. Let's do some stamping. I'm gonna pull out some white. My fingers are a mess. I have the new Merry and Bright stamp set, which is super cute and has all these sentiments and stuff in here. So I think I'm gonna do have a Merry and Bright Christmas, or have a Happy Christmas. Have a Merry and Bright Christmas. Let's do that. So let me see if I can find all these. And I think I'm going to stamp this in the Berry Burst. I think that will be nice and bright. Now I'm trying to get these kind of straight, which is a little bit difficult because I can't really see what I'm doing because I don't want to get out of the camera too far. Go. And it's okay because I'm going to trim it out anyway. So Merry and then Christmas. That's kind of crooked. It's okay. All right, so I stamped all my little words on there. And I'm just going to trim these out with some scissors. We're going to make a really, really easy card. Since I don't really know what I'm doing and I'm just playing. So it's Tuesday, the night when I don't know what I'm making, really. So I'm just following along the edges to this. If it's not perfect, it's okay. There's a have a. There's our Merry. I never know how I want to put the words on. Do you guys have that problem that you never know quite how you want to put the words on? Sorry, I stopped talking there for a minute. I start thinking and then I stop talking. Which isn't very exciting if you're watching a video, huh? You're like, why are you not making any noise? All right. Let's see. Should we line it? We could line it up on the right. That would be pretty good. Or we could center it. I don't know. Let's do it like that. Let's do it like that. Should we add some ribbon to it? Let's see what we got for ribbon. I'm going to grab, I have some silver threaded twine. It already has been attacked a couple times, and I'm actually going to grab the silver out of it so we can add a little sparkle to this. So I'm just going to pull those threads of silver out. And I'm going to go ahead and tie these around here. We'll see what this looks like. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I don't like it when I don't know what I'm doing. When I don't have a clear idea in mind. But I just feel like it needs some sparkle. So we're going to put some silver. Let's see if I can get that to, it's kind of hard to tie because it's so thin. There we go. All right. I'm going to trim off these ends. And then maybe we'll put the Christmas right over that bit. That'll be good. All right, let's get some dimensionals. I'm going to get some minis out here. Thank you, Kathy. And I have a couple more samples. When I get done making this card, I got some samples to share with you. So don't go anyplace. because I think the samples that I made ahead of time, probably going to turn out better than this one. So, all right. Here is this Christmas. I think I'm going to leave that edge off because that's going to go over that knot right there. Add that. And then we'll do the and bright. Just putting some, my mini dimensionals, I'm down to the sides. So I just cut up the sides and use the sides. I hope y'all do that too. Get the most that you can out of your little dimensional packs, because I use a lot of dimensionals. And put those on there. Whew. All right. One more word. All right. Whoops. Flying dimensional on my table tonight. So, all right, this is going to go at the top. Well, that's kind of pretty. Look at that. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this on another piece of navy. Get rid of my, I'm going to end up with silver twine everywhere. It's going to be everywhere. All right, where's my bone folder? Here it is. We'll give this a good scrunch. We're going to add, ooh, that was not straight. Did y'all catch that? Wow, that was really, really not straight. Let's see if I can straighten this up a little bit. Put this down. There we go. And that's a little better. Just give that a new little fold, make it straighter. So then I'm just going to put that right on there like that. Kind of a fun background. I don't know about that pink. You guys tell me what you think about putting that berry burst on top of the green. I think you're going to like the next sample better, because I used the same stencils, but I stayed all in blues and greens. So use berry burst. Well, I already have the navy cut, and sometimes I really think it's really cool to put the same color on top of each other. It gives it's more of an elegant look, I think. So that's what that's what I did. So there we go. There is our Have a Merry and Bright Christmas. Kind of fun. Let me show you the other one, though. I think you're going to like this one. So here's the other one. Ooh, look at that. So the same stencil, but a little bit different color. This one I did Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lime Twist, Coastal Cabana, Lost Lagoon, and Pretty Peacock on there. And then I finished it off using the Gorgeously Made dies and stamp set, and I added some ribbon on there, and just so, oh, this is the first one I did, and I awed myself. I was like, oh, it's so pretty. And that is when I knew I had to share with you. So there's that one, but I wanted to try something different because I like doing different things. And then I used the plaids from these masks too. And this one I did in Daffodil Delight, Pumpkin Pie, Poppy Parade, Cajun Craze, I think, and Early Espresso. So I finished it off with brown. So you get that nice, deep, rich red. And I used the Autumn Leaves stamp set on this one. So kind of a different, more of a fall look. So aren't those pretty? And then, of course, I have those snowflakes. You could definitely come back and finish that up too. So much fun, but kind of a different way to do stenciling, right? Instead of just putting the color on white, we made that background on there and gave it a really cool look. It just really pops. This one's my favorite though. You guys can let me know which one is your favorite. I'm going to go over to the Facebook group. I'm going to post a picture of a couple of my samples over there. If you make a card using this stenciling technique, I hope that you'll come over there and leave a photo of it in the comments so we can all see it and see how different color combinations work and what you came up with and all that kind of good stuff. So Priscilla, you like the autumn one, and you like the plaid one too. I'm so glad. The greens and the yellows. Yeah, me too, Fonda. All right. Thank you all for joining me. On Thursday, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to look at one of the Stampin' Up! Kits collection. I'm going to show you how I used it. It's not one of the card ones, so I'm going to show you that. I think I'm going to make some cards with it, though, hopefully if I get to that in the next couple days, so that I can share those with you too, because the kits are 30% off this month, and they are perfect for on-the-go crafting, or if you just want to try it out, if you want to give it for a gift, if you want to have a friend over and do something. They are a great way to do that. So we're going to be doing that on Thursday. We're going to be looking at one of those kits. I will see you all on Thursday. Have a fabulous evening.